finally made it to the end of 2022, the year that has, had us in crocs and shambles, the year that had us trenching in the trenches that we should have never trenched in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It's over, guys. It's over. It's over. Okay, but with the year being over, we have to obviously, do a little recap of the year. This is my first time. This is, literally my first time on the channel doing this. So yeah, stay tuned. So what is up, YouTube delicious people? It is your girl PineGrape, and I'm back with another video after 15 years. But yeah, y'all, I hope you guys have been alright. Yeah, I'm here, y'all, and just in case that you guys do see me looking down like during the course of the video, I do have like my notes with me, so that is what I'll be looking at. So yeah, y'all, 2022 is finally coming to a close, and hallelujah, it's been one heck of a year. Okay, really it has been, and yeah, we can only hope for the best in 2023. And yeah, we're basically going to talk about, we're going to talk about, different types of things that I feel, well, personally, that affected me. So yeah. Okay, so one of the first topics is grief for me. I wanted to say, in terms of grief, I feel like people experience grief in many ways, and like how people were like but basically when it was Mampicho's memorial, right, there was a video, or there still is a video of babes like dancing at the memorial, and people are just like, why is she dancing and whatnot? People have to realize that people do grieve differently, and as much as it is a sad thing, to lose a loved one, at the same time you have to also look on the bright side that, okay, sure, they are no longer conformed to like the physical monstrosities of life, and that is a big word even for me, honey. But yeah, for me, I can say that for me, who lost, my mom passed away last year in May, and then shortly after my grandfather passed away in July. So I have been dealing with that, and for me, I didn't even get a chance to properly grieve last year, because shortly after my mom passed, I got a job, and then after that I basically had to work. I think it was like 2 weeks after my mom passed away. Obviously by 2 weeks we've already buried my mom. So I took that offer, and then I worked for like the rest of the year. And then mental things happened, and then and then July, one of the mornings when I was getting ready to go to work, we heard that my grandfather got in an accident, and then come to find out he had a heart attack while he was driving, and in the car that he was driving, he was with my 2 baby sisters, but they're fine. There wasn't much damage done to the car, but so yeah, I'm still grieving that. I've just come to terms with that, and I'm just only now accepting the situations as they are, and I'm only kind of processing, because it's just like last year, it's like I just was on go mode, and now I'm just like, okay, sure, now it's time to actually like sit down and be with my emotions and deal with it. And yeah, it's been one heck of a grief is weird. Hey, I'm fully not sure. One day you find, the next is just like, I don't even want to talk to anybody, and that's okay. It's something that I've never experienced like this, to this magnitude, so I guess that's why I'm also like, it's that, and also having to like also try and make sure that my baby sisters and my brother are okay, So it's just like, we wish, but we try and make it work. We try and roll with the punches. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, to anybody who has lost their loved ones, And for people who are grieving the loss of a loved one, yeah, we got a long way to go, but eventually there is light at the end of the tunnel, and it may take time, but eventually there will come a point whereby it doesn't hurt as much as it does. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, or at least that's what I'd like to believe. You know, we're gonna move on to the next topic because I feel like I'm about to cry and I don't want to do it. It is letting go and forgiving people, right? Or forgiving and letting go. There's something that I feel like this year has basically taught me is that sometimes when people show you who they are, believe them, hey? And even as bad as the situation may be or how bad they may treat you, you have to forgive the next person. Not necessarily for them, but for you and for your own sake of peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want you being vindictive out in the streets. Next thing you know, Kill Bill by Caesar is playing in the background like, no ma'am, put the knife down, please. It's not easy, but it has to be done, you know? And also in terms of forgiving and letting go, sometimes you can forgive someone and it's also okay not to allow them around you. And then the third one is being comfortable with being with uncertainty, you know. There's a lot that I feel like I've felt in terms of, okay, sure, like where am I going as a 20/21-year-old, like in life, what's going on? And I feel like I have come to a point where I'm embracing the uncertainty part of, you know, life, and just being like, okay, sure, we'll just roll with the punches. My job is just to live in the moment and make the most out of each and every opportunity that is granted unto me. And you know,
so essentially what I was saying is, regardless of what happens, you always have to keep pushing forward. If you have plans, if you have goals, stick to those and just keep on moving. Because the moment that you stop and you just stare at what everybody else is doing is the moment that things start to crumble. So always keep your head up and keep moving.
The last thing before we move on to the next part, the last point, which is things that work for you may not work for the next person, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like as people, especially now that I'm a bit older, I've realized that it's quite easy to get lost in the sauce in terms of, you know, friendships and, you know, friendship circles and all of that. But it's very important to also, you know, maintain your own sense of individuality. So as much as, sure, you and your friend may have like different you know, opinions, values, beliefs and whatnot, don't allow it to necessarily, you know, sway. It's very important to maintain your own sense of individuality, and yeah, be yourself, don't be shy. As much as I'm saying this to you, I'm also saying these words to myself, because I'm one person who, okay, sure, I strive to be the best, you know, and most authentic version of myself, especially on the internet, because the internet is a crazy place. So yeah, y'all, that is it from me on my own personal take for the year. And RIP to the ones that we have lost this year, and I hope that for those of us who are grieving the loss of our loved ones, it's okay. You are allowed to feel those feelings, even if it's been like years. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, whatever happens, however you feel, do it. Let's not hold back in 2023. Let's not think too much. If you have an idea, do it, execute it to the best of your ability. Have a good year, and yeah, see you in 2023.